By the way, kamusta pala yung exam nyo? Marami kayo nasagutan? Okay, so yeah. Yung result, later na lang. Hindi ko pa tapos checkan. So yeah, going back, our discussion today will be multi-stage refrigeration system. So what you see on our screen is an example of an application of the cascade, so refrigeration systems. So multi-stage, so it is an integrated, in this photo, it is an integrated cascade refrigeration system with or oil, water or air condensation. So designed to provide high efficiency cooling conditions to process with a high temperature drop. So it consists of refrigeration modules or chillers arranged in series and fully exploits the large temperature differential. So allowing the stages to operate with highest evaporation temperatures, therefore with maximum refrigeration performance or COP. So today, as of today, pwede na nating isynchronize yung digital or i-apply yung digital transformation sa refrigeration system. So with the processing line and automatically manage it. As you can see on our screen, so it is fully automated. The process is fully automated. Okay. Our objective, so let's start first with objective. So the objectives of these lessons are first to discuss limitations of single stage vapor compression refrigeration system. So that is why the reason why we have a multi-stage, because the stage vapor compression is very limited. So there are a lot of limitations on the single stage. For example, we desire uh, this certain temperature. For example, in cryogenic, we are we want to obtain a very low, ultra low temperature. So we cannot achieve that through a single stage vapor compression. So that's why we are using multi-stage. Next, we will classify multi-stage systems. Next, we will discuss the concept of flash gas removal using flash tank. Next, discuss the concept of intercooling in multi-stage vapor compression refrigeration systems. Discuss multi-stage vapor compression refrigeration systems with flash gas removal and intercooling, and discuss the use of flash tank for flash gas removal only. And discuss the use of flash tank for intercooling only. So we have intercoolers in multi-stage refrigeration systems. Okay. Yeah, this is another example of a multi-stage refrigeration system that can be uh, purchased commercially. So this is the one that this one I think this is Frigel cascade refrigeration system. This is the one used here in this process because I think this product requires refrigeration. So before going in this conveyor, So it gone through series of refrigeration. So before or maybe after the process, it will also be stored so in a refrigeration unit. So this fragile, so this is an example of the multi-stage. So it is an integrated cascade refrigeration system. Okay. To achieve the maximum refrigeration, maximum performance or COP, we are using the multi-stage. So that's another objective of the multi-stage to achieve the maximum refrigeration performance. In this type of refrigeration, we use high efficiency screw compressor. So last time we discussed screw compressors. So it is applied here at multi-stage. Yeah, because it has compared to rotary compressor, yung the one that you will find in our reciprocating rather, the one that you will find on our appliances. So this screw compressor have higher capacity. So that's why it can be used here at multi-stage. So as you can see here, this is our three units, meaning three stages of refrigeration. So inside this big uh, container is this one, this unit. And then inside this is the inside view or the internals. This is the back pala, back view of this fragile. Ito yan. So ito yun. This is the front and this is the back view. So there are three units, uh, meaning there are three stages. Yeah, three stages of refrigeration. There are also three sets of compressors. The compressors are mounted on the top of the units. Okay, so these are the applications of the multi-stage. It can be applied in food and beverages. So there are innovative solutions, significant energy and water savings if we use it in the food and beverage industry. Yan. So ito yung kanina, mga carbonated soft drinks. So these are just an example of application of multi-stage. So they are most commonly used in food and beverage. So an innovative integrated cooling solution aimed to water savings, energy savings, and minimal footprint impact, helping the cooling processes for juices, isotonic, and carbonated drinks, tea, beer, cheese, chocolate, bakeries, fruit, vegetables, etc. Okay. So yeah, that's the example. That's the examples of applications of multi-stage. So why do we use multi-stage actually? Yeah. So this is a typical single stage compression, single stage vapor compression refrigeration system. So why do we use multi-stage? So the performance of single stage system shows that these are adequate as long as the temperature difference between evaporator and condenser is small. Uh, this is the TS diagram. So the evaporator is here and the condenser is here. So as long as the difference between evaporator and condenser temperature is small, we can use single stage. However, if there's a large difference or what we call the temperature lift, we are referring to as temperature lift. So if the temperature lift can become large either due to the requirement of very low evaporator temperatures, like in cryogenics, or due to requirement of very high condensing temperatures, so it is not applicable to use single stage. Yan, as you can see here. So that's why we are using multi-stage. Yan. So the performance of single stage shows that these are adequate as long as the temperature difference between evaporator and condenser or temperature lift is small. The temperature lift can become large either due to the requirement of very low evaporator temperatures and or due to the requirement of very high condensing temperatures. So for example, in frozen food industries, the required evaporator can be as low as -40, while in chemical industries, the temperature is as low as -150. Yun, as I have said, mostly it is used in applications like cryogenic applications because it requires ultra low temperature like -150. So on the condenser side, refrigeration system is used as a heat pump for heating applications such as process heating, drying, and others. I think some of you proposed refrigeration system for vaccines. So it will require a multi-stage refrigeration system because it applies an ultra low temperature for evaporator. So as you can see here, as the temperature lift increases, the single stage system becomes inefficient. And so nagiging inefficient na yung single stage. So the original requirement is, let's say 0 degrees. If you need 40 degrees, -40, if you need -40, this single stage cannot be applied. So as with -150. So as you can see here, mm, so this is the effect of evaporator temperature on cycle performance TS diagram. So as you can see, as the as the temperature decreases, or the refrigerating effect also decreases, and lumiliit yung refrigerating effect natin. So that's why if you are still using the standard vapor compression, so the refrigerating effect becomes smaller and smaller. So it's not the coefficient of performance will also be reduced because it is directly proportional to refrigerating effect. So it can be seen from the TS diagrams that for a given condenser temperature, as evaporator temperature decreases, so throttling losses increase. We have these throttling losses here. So it increases as well. So can you see this line? So yeah. Okay. So yeah, as the evaporator temperature decreases, you can see that this line becomes longer. So this is the throttling uh, losses. Next one, superheat losses increase. Superheat losses increase. Ayun, this one naman, losses. So this shaded portion is the losses for superheat. Yan. As you can see here, yeah. If we look at the pH diagram naman, so yeah, the refrigerating effect, as you can see, is decreasing while we have this increase in superheat losses, superheat loss. So this shaded region is the superheat loss, this one. And the side, this one, is the throttling losses. Okay. Compressor discharge temperature increases. Okay, so as you can see, if we have a requirement, uh, if we have the required certain temperature to meet, for example, your condenser temperature is high, uh, the compressor discharge, if we still use the single stage uh, vapor compression, the compressor discharge temperature increases. So yeah, as the evaporator temperature decreases, compressor discharge temperature increases, and the quality of the vapor at the inlet of the evaporator increases, and specific volume at the inlet to compressor also increases. So these are the effect when the evaporator temperature decreases. Yan. So it, for example, from 0 to negative 150, so these are the possible uh, effect when we still use the single stage compression cycle system. Okay, so meron tayong throttling loss, superheat loss, and uh, effect to other parameters. Okay. So for fluorocarbon and ammonia-based refrigeration systems, so single system is used up to an evaporator temperature of negative 30. So beyond that, beyond negative 30, we cannot use a single stage system for fluorocarbon and ammonia-based refrigeration system. So a two-stage system is used up to 60 degrees, and a three-stage system is used for temperatures below 60. So this is for fluorocarbon and ammonia. So depending on the refrigerant that you will use, there's also considerations in using different stages of refrigeration. Okay. Another application sa multi-stage refrigeration system is they are also used in applications requiring refrigeration and different temperatures. So for example, in a dairy plant, refrigeration may be required at -30 for making ice cream and at 2 degrees for chilling milk. So in such cases, it may be advantageous to use a multi-evaporator system. Yan. Meron ba dito nag-propose ng dairy farming ay milk, chilling milk? Wala. So yun, example, uh, for a dairy plant, so they may require -30 for making ice cream and 2 degrees for chilling milk. So if you will use a different set of refrigeration system, so it will be more complicated. So most of the time we use the multi-stage so that the whole process can be achieved using just a using just a one set of refrigeration system. So that is the multi-stage. Like this in this example, so we have two 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 temperatures required: 2 degrees Celsius for chilling milk and 30 degrees for making ice cream. So by using the multi-stage systems, we can apply it to both temperatures or to both process. Yeah, there are this. It is very advantageous to use multi-stage evaporator system when requiring more than two desired temperature. So multi-stage refrigeration system or multi-pressure system. So a multi-pressure system is a refrigeration system that has two or more low side pressures. So the low side pressure is the pressure of the refrigerant between the expansion valve and the intake of the compressor. So a multi-pressure system is distinguished from the single pressure system, which has one low side. Yan. So yung multi-pressure system, meron ba tayong diagram dito? Yeah, for example, uh, we have here an example of multi-pressure. So we have, uh, let's have some, yan, ayan, multi-pressure. Yan, okay. So nakikita niyo sa screen, we have three sets of pressures. So we have pressure at condensers, pressure at evaporator, and we have here pressure at intercooler. So this is what we call the multi-pressure system. I think I provided here some examples of multi-pressure with a multi-stage refrigeration system with multi-pressure. And so meron pa ditong more than four, meron pa ditong mga six pressures, six intermediate pressures. So mostly probably you have an idea of some of the problems that you will encounter here at multi-stage refrigeration system. So it is more complicated compared to a single stage. If you struggle in a single stage compression system, so work hard to practice solving different stage refrigeration system. It will require a lot of uh, patience in determining the different properties on the table as well as applying the concepts. For example, if you consume 30 minutes in solving a single stage refrigeration system problem, you will consume a lot more time in solving the multi-stage. However, uh, the time frame, for example, when you are in answering major exam, so it will not be adjusted as well. So it's 2 hours, still 2 hours, but you have to you have to solve the problems at a minimum number of time, at a limited time. lang konti. Okay, so let's continue our discussion. Yan. So as I have said, in multi-stage refrigeration system, we have different stages of pressure as well. So we have an intermediate pressure. If we provide intercoolers, for example, yeah, this one, as you can see in the figure, we have intercoolers. So there is a pressure drop. So there will be an intermediate pressure here. So in order to achieve, for example, a negative 30 degrees, so we integrate an intercooler and a flash tank. So this is two compressors and two evaporators. So we have, since we have an intermediate pressure, we also have, yeah, we have two stages of compressors here. So high stage and low stage compressor. So there are different configurations in a multi-stage refrigeration system. So for example, we have multi-stage refrigeration system with flash gas removal and intercooling. So later we will discuss what is flash gas removal and intercooling. And then two evaporators and one compressor, two compressors and one evaporator, two compressors and two evaporators. Yeah, we have cascade. We have direct contact cascade condenser, uh, closed contact cascade condenser, direct contact cascade condenser. Yeah, I have nasabi ko na siya. Ayan, lahat ng yan may mga examples dito sa module natin. Okay. So let's go back with, yeah, you already know the temperature lift. So we are doing the multi-stage because of the large temperature lift. So we have the large difference of the temperatures between evaporators and condensers. Okay. Yeah, this is an example. A dairy, for example, in a dairy farm, you will need two sets of temperatures for chilling and for ice cream making. So you need a multi-stage here, multi-stage refrigeration system to accommodate these two set of temperatures in the evaporator. And then, yeah, the multi-pressure system, as I have discussed, so it is a refrigeration system that has two or more low side pressures. So the low side pressure is the pressure of the refrigerant between the expansion valve and the intake of the compressor. So a multi-pressure system is distinguished from the single pressure system, which has one low side. Okay, so in a multi-stage refrigeration system, so as it is a system with two or more low side pressures, so multi-stage can be classified into multi-compressors, multi-compression systems, multi-evaporator systems, and cascade systems. So the concepts are normally integral to multi-pressure systems, including such as two concepts which are normally integral to multi-pressure systems are flash gas removal and intercooling. So hence, these concepts will be discussed first. Okay, so I will hanap tayo ng video. I will look for a sample video of multi-stage. Okay. So later na lang, wala akong mahanap. Later, I will look later for sample video of application of multi-stage. So going back, yeah. So we will discuss the concepts of multi-pressure systems, including flash gas. So flash gas removal. So a saving in the power requirement of a refrigeration system results in the flash gas that develop in the throttling between condenser and evaporator. So kailangan nating ma-remove yung we need to remove the flash gas developed in refrigeration system for us to save power requirement. And what we will do is we will recompress that flash gas before complete expansion. So the vapor is separated from the the vapor is separated from the liquid by an equipment called flash tank. So as you can see here on our screen, so the purpose of this flash tank is to separate, uh, to contain the separated vapor to liquid. So to separate the vapor into liquid, we are using the flash tank. So the separation occurs when the upward speed of the vapor is low enough for the liquid particles to drop back into the tank. So normally, a vapor speed of less than 1 meter per second will provide adequate separation. So if we remove the flash gas, so the efficiency of the refrigeration system will increase. So flash gas removal using flash tank. This is the flash tank commercially available. So flash gas does not contribute to the refrigeration effect as it is already in the form of vapor, and it increases the pressure drop in the evaporator. So it is possible to improve the COP of the system if the flash gas is removed as soon as it is formed and recompressed to condenser pressure, but it's not practical. So to improve the COP of the system, so removing the flash gas at an intermediate pressure using a flash tank. Okay, so yeah. So a flash tank is a pressure vessel wherein a refrigerant liquid and vapor are separated at an intermediate pressure. So the refrigerant from condenser is first expanded to an intermediate pressure corresponding to the pressure of flash tank using a low side float valve. Hanap tayo ng flash tank. Let's see for sample flash tank. Sample video. Again, we remove the flash gas in a system because it will not add to refrigeration effect because it is already in a vapor state. So what we do is we compress that uh, flash gas again to increase uh, the pressure in the uh, after the compressor. Ayan. So I will share you some videos for flash. Sorry. I will look for more. Ayun, I found. Okay, so later na lang. Later ko i-share. So, ibang language, Tagalog yung nakita ko. So yeah, let's go back. So it's just like a pressure vessel, as you can see here, a pressure vessel. So inside this will be the gas and liquid will be separated. So this they will be separated at an intermediate pressure. So the refrigerant from the condenser is first expanded to an intermediate pressure corresponding to the pressure of flash tank. So what as you can see here, we have PI or intermediate pressure. So this is the pressure inside the flash tank. So the pressure is system, the saturated vapor in the flash tank is either compressed to the condenser pressure or throttled to the evaporator pressure. Intercooling. So yeah, aside from the flash gas removal, we also have intercoolers. So intercooling between two stages of compression reduces the work of compression per kilogram of vapor. So that's the purpose of intercooler, to reduce the work of compression. So later when we are solving problem, uh, you will realize this, that the work of compression is reduced when we have an intercooler. So intercooling in a refrigeration system can be accomplished with a water-cooled heat exchanger or by using refrigerant. So the water-cooled intercooler may be satisfactory for both two-stage air compression, but for refrigerant compression, the water is usually not cold enough. So the alternate method uses liquid refrigerant from the condenser to do the intercooling. Okay, so sometimes we use heat exchanger in between the stages of compressor. So, however, there are limitations din ng intercooler. So, intercooling with liquid refrigerant will usually decrease the total power requirements when ammonia is the refrigerant, but not when refrigerant 12 or 22 is used. Okay. So, intercooling of the vapor may be achieved by using either water-cooled heat exchanger or by refrigerant in the flash tank. Okay, so we have intercooling in multi-stage compressor. We have this equation. So work of compressor equals this equation. Okay, so specific work input reduces as specific volume is reduced. So at a given pressure, the specific volume can be reduced by reducing the temperature. So this is the principle behind intercooling in multi-stage compression. Yan, okay? So yeah, this is the principle behind the intercooling. Uh, we have here the work, specific work. So, and by just looking at this equation, we can see that if the V1 or the specific volume is reduced, the work of compressor is also reduced. So, for example, at a given pressure, the specific volume can be reduced by reducing the temperature. So, if we have an intercooler, so the pressure will be reduced and the corresponding specific volume will also be reduced. Also, the temperature will be reduced. So if we reduce the temperature, the pressure will also be reduced and the specific volume will also be reduced, thus reducing the work of a compressor. So this is the principle behind intercooling in multi-stage compression. So the purpose is to lower the uh, pressure and temperature. So we can save specific work. Okay. For example, when we are referring to enthalpy diagram, so H4 minus H3 is less than H2 prime minus H2. So, So H2 minus H1, H2 minus H1 plus H4 minus H3 is less than H2 prime minus H1. Okay, so intercooling of the vapor may be achieved by using either a water-cooled exchanger or by refrigerant in the flash tank. So pwede rin heat exchanger. For example, meron tayong low stage compressor, and then dadaan yung ating refrigerant sa heat exchanger. So paglabas ng ating refrigerant, bababa yung kanyang pressure kasi lumamig na. So because of heat exchange, bababa yung temperature and also the specific volume. And then going to high stage compressor. So with water cooling, the refrigerant at the inlet of the high stage compressor may not be saturated. So intercooling not only reduces the work input, but also reduces the compressor discharge temperature, leading to better lubrication and longer compressor life. Okay, so intercooling using liquid refrigerant from condenser in the flash tank may or may not reduce the power input to the system as it depends upon the nature of the refrigerant. So the heat rejected by the refrigerant during intercooling generates additional vapor in the flash tank which has to be compressed by the high stage compressor. So thus the mass flow rate of the refrigerant through the high stage compressor will be more than that of low stage compressor. So depending upon the refrigerant that you will use, it is not guaranteed that you will reduce the power input to the system if we use intercooling. So it still depends on the refrigerant, on its properties. Also, additional heat rejected by the intercooler. In intercooler, we generate additional vapor in the flash tank. So which has to be compressed by the high stage compressor. Thus, the mass flow rate of refrigerant through the high stage compressor will be more than that of low stage compressor. But still, the efficiency of this intercooler depends on the refrigerant that we are using. So for ammonia, for example, the power input usually decreases with intercooling by liquid refrigerant. However, for refrigerant such as R12 and R22, the power input marginally increases. So using both water cooling and flash tank, the amount of refrigerant vapor handled by the high stage compressor reduces, leading to low power consumption. Okay. So the followings are just an example. So in our next meeting, we will solve problems involving flash tank and intercooler face to face. So next week, face to face tayo, right? So we will discuss these example problems for you to be able to solve the refrigeration cycle with multi-pressure. Yeah. So two evaporators and one compressors. Also, I will provide you the problem sets number 2 for this topic. Let me check. Yeah, I will provide later the problem set number 2 for multi-pressure refrigeration system. Also cascade systems. Okay, so do you have any questions? Okay, so apologies for the internet connection. Walang internet sa school. Nandito ba kayo ngayon? Use my own mobile data. Okay, so let us have uh, more detailed discussion next meeting on flash gas and intercooler. So today we just discussed the concepts. So let us continue next meeting. And I will also upload this lecture and our problem sets in the Google Classroom. Thank you. See you again next meeting.